The teeth of the African spadefish look like cigarettes with crimped filter tips. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. Released in 1894, this is the first publicly sold bottle of Coca-Cola, which contained around 3.5 grams of cocaine. This LED bat symbol I saw on the way to work. Intricate bonsai tree castle by Takanori Iba. The morning sun beaming in through my bedroom curtains made a perfect exclamation point. Monday is serious this week. Houston police vehicle disguised as a yellow cab from the rear. Inherited a vanity desk built in 1870, previously owned by my great-grandmother, grandmother, and mother. I am grateful. Pose guys. This snowy egret was busy walking along the shore, laser-focused on the water, hunting for a meal. Remove this plant from its pot. I won the sewing lottery with this perfectly matched seam and stripes at the armpit. Without accounting for the daily 38 microsecond difference in time that occurs due to relativity, GPS satellites would be inaccurate within 2 minutes and accumulate errors of 10 kilometers a day. Reflection off my wine glass. Each year an estimated 646,000 individuals die from slips, trips, and falls. These slip, trip, and fall-related deaths exclude falls due to assault and self-harm, which means slips, trips, and falls are the second leading cause of unintentional injury death, after road traffic injuries. Alp di Siassi, Sisa Alm, Italy. My newly carved chicken bone pipe. Guilin, China. A penny from the Bahama Islands. As a kid, I would always try to get my quarter back from the Aldi carts. Yesterday was my 34th B-Day and it finally happened. Took a while to organize these threads, satisfied with the result. You can visit part of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Google Maps. Here's control room number 4. It's here where the final decisions were made that would trigger the nuclear disaster of Chernobyl. A 1 megabyte RAM module from 1987. I snapped this photo at the Presque Pennsylvania Marina in 1974 or 1975, having no idea what the random boat was. I recently decided to identify the model. It turns out the manufacturing Caprice 21 was only built 1 year, 1974. Alien deep sea invertebrate. The panda ant is actually not a panda, it's a wasp. This 50 I got from the bank freshly made, no crinkles. Seems this tortoise had quite the encounter, still stepping though. Me and my son 3D printed a life-size battle droid. Turns out they were quite big. Natural spring pools in Naukluft, Namibia. What do you think of my new home? The shadow of this sunflower made a cartoon side profile. The stag was taken in the Scottish Highlands. These Amazon leggings I bought match these atrocious Ugg slippers perfectly. A sea torii, sacred gate, in Oi, Japan. No demon shall pass this point. The way these icicles formed on my wheel while driving. What a laser does to a dirty lens. I love democracy. Robot building in Bangkok, Thailand. Fishing cats, only wild cats in the world to have adapted to wetland environments. These mantled howler monkeys were just as curious with me as I was with them. If you put chalk under a powerful microscope, white cliffs of Dover-type chalk, not the modern blackboard variety, you will see something like this because it's not just a rock. It's an accumulation of ancient skeletons, the armored husks of single-celled, ocean-dwelling plankton. A bride leaving her recently bombed home to get married in London, 1940. Carved a tiny sword out of a pencil. Coke from my drink frozen inside of the ice cube. The fire hydrants in Phoenix are yellow. The tallest known tree in the world, Hyperion, a coast redwood tree in California that is measured at 379 feet tall and over 600 years old. My half-resin orb looks a bit like Earth when lit up. Jeanette Rankins became the first female member of Congress in America in 1916, 4 years before women were given the right to vote. This snake sword in a cane I found on my walk today. Two-thousand-year-old marble thrones at the ancient theatre of Amphion of Oropo, Greece. A Venezuelan poodle moth. "14,000-year-old bison sculpture found in Le Tuc d'Ordubat Cave, Liège, France." My Linux desktop. On Interstate 70, in the state of Colorado, people would frequently steal the green mile marker that read 420. The Department of Transportation got tired of replacing it, so they converted the sign to read 419.99. This sofa set made out of red bricks. Every free award I go to my friends post and award it. One day it will be the most awarded post of all time. I found a metal bat symbol in my yard. There's a skate park shaped like bacon and eggs an hour out of Seattle. Black swan giving the evil eye. Some squirrel is gonna go nuts when they stumble upon this goodness. Remove this plant from its pot. Eating an orange at work, and I hasn't realized that I seem to have created an orange peel replica of the African continent. Totally forgot they made glass 32 ounces bottles back in the day. Found on local river bank. Coca-Cola can bleached gold by the sun. Each car part more diagonal than the last. Good Little Lioness's nose and paw have booped so many times over the years at the Field Museum. Fairy wren. Malabar Starling feeding its chicks. This phenomenon I captured last week. Nepenthes, a plant that eats insects. This pen that looks like a musket that I bought in Gettysburg. Turtle with grass-like algae growing on its shell. In 1995, a group of NASA scientists studied the effects of various drugs on spiders, specifically on the way they weave their webs. The way my lotion pumped out in a ribbon. A reusable grocery list from the 20s. Ingenuity, the first flying object on another planet hovering over Mars. These things called hunbedden. Graves built more than 5,000 years ago. Imagine how they lifted the stones. The monument to the source of the Danube, our prideful and beautiful river, an inspiration for so much art. The contents of a single fire truck. A local farmer got sick of tourists entering his farm, so he erected this sign. I painted our phone junction boxes to match the paneling. The shadows from these window cages create a 3D effect. The veins on my arm make a love heart with an arrow through it. Scientists have revived a plant from the Pleistocene epoch. This plant is 32,000 years old. There's an ancient Japanese pruning method from the 14th century that allows lumber production without cutting down trees called daisugi. Autumn is literally f-ing lit. Dalian table leg rock. Abstract aerial art skyline. In Rotterdam, there is a beautiful, bronze statue of a lovable dog named Ficky and his poop. On this day, Ingenuity became the first helicopter to fly on a different planet. This leopard is done with this bulls. Improvement in video game graphics from 1996 to 2018, Lara Croft. Bats hanging from my roof. Urban area in Costa Rica. The perfect placement of these two posts next to each other. Something my friend made with staples while he's bored in class. This front door in Morocco. Interesting warning on a mug. The USS New York built from steel from the towers of 9/11. Notice the twin towers. It is manned by a crew of 360 sailors and 3 permanently assigned Marines. Her motto is strength forged through sacrifice, never forget. You can see where this one page somehow got folded and left out of the binding of the notebook. I inherited these coasters from my great-grandparents. A selfie of the Ingenuity helicopter and the Perseverance rover. Blue butterflies adorn a tree. You can see where the smoke from this fire hits a thermal layer. Local tow truck place has trophy photos of all their best catches. The bits that come with my new flat pack bed are so organized. Now Kluft, Namibia.